all aboard! Well, hello and welcome. And in today's edition, I'm going to be showing you around. We had a visit to Leyland Model Railway exhibition, and then afterwards we visited the East Lancs Railway. So I'll just be showing a few of the things. And we open here with a terrific Z gauge layout. Unusual scale, but a full American layout in Z gauge, and I didn't know so much were available for it in that scale, but it looked awesome. He'd done a really nice job, and it was quite a substantial sized layout, so in Z it gave it a good run, and it gave scope to give the atmosphere of open space. And that it was a true to life building. It's some sort of goods shed and station, I think the man was saying. And it was ex-Southern Pacific, and the Union Pacific took it over. But interesting building, historic building. I'm sure it still exists if you looked it up. But it gives the emphasis on wide open spaces. In Z gauge it's modelled really good, like the train is part of the scenery rather than the scenery being part of the train. It makes it look really good as they pass through. Yeah, it's quite substantial, and in Z it works with the American layout. You wouldn't get the open scenery feel that you do in Z. We say HO, and should do it, but Z gauge just gives that a little bit more. And here we have Southern Pacific locos with a red nose, and next we go on to Network Southeast inspired layout and modern image on this one. I love the way he modelled all the third rail. It was pretty impressive and looked nice running, and some good station details done. During that era in Network Southeast, everything was painted red, and it did look good. Well, to me it looked gaudy, but it looked good. It was all a uniform colour. But here we have the station exterior and the roads. Nice little station he'd done. Does say London's here, so it works, especially with all the high-rise buildings behind. The name of the layout is Tanner's Hill, if anyone's interested in looking it up. There's proper better video than I've done. In fact, I'd say there will be better video than I've done. But I did a little bit of video. I didn't do a lot of video work. I've done mainly stills. But a little unit coming through and a loco tagging on the rear. I think it's class 73 like that in the background. And here we have an LMS type on another livery. I think they were 10,000 or something, the model number. A couple of tanks zipping through. And that one's told Chew Mill Junction, or however you say it, I don't know. But I had some nice detailing on this video. On this layout, sorry, video, what? And there we go. That was quite a nice logo. And it did a bit of shunting. There it is again, next to a building, and I've decided to do a bit of video on it. It looked pretty good, that 31 on the layout. Looks quite smart there. And this one's little units like doodle bugs or whatever they are. And it's in British Columbia because it has BC Rail on it. It was only a small layout and the little doodle bugs came in and out, but it was quite effective. And here we have a posh name. It's Funicular Railway. I reckon that's a huge name for weird. And here we have the, not comedy, what's the best word, the entertainment layout you always get. And it was dinosaur themed, and it had a couple of things on it kids could press. One of them, you made a dinosaur circle, a pterodactyl, and when you took the finger off it stopped over a building. Give some enjoyment. And this is a modern image engage layout that was quite nice, looked good. And there we go, in the middle of an estate somewhere. It did good, that layout. And we'll be going onwards any second. But it shows the proximity sometimes of railways to houses. But this caught me eye, the little junction in a village. Little red telephone box for the villagers. An old pill box hidden in the grass verge there. So obviously an important road junction at one point and close to a community. Because in Britain we used to get a red phone box in every community. So in the days when nobody had, well, in the days when some people didn't possess a phone. And here we have another road junction. Not as important strategically as the other, but there's housing there. So yeah, but I like seeing the vehicle mix. There's an ecclesiastical mix there. And here we have, I'd say I'd guess a stone depot or a cement depot, looking at the types of vehicle and the conveyor into the loader there. It's probably from a quarry. But yeah, I'd say stone at a guess. A sort of idea like Peakstone over in Derbyshire in Peak District. Sort of along them lines. And it catered for everyone really, the exhibition. There was a bit of something for everyone. Here we have the narrow gauge for the narrow gauges. So just about everybody got catered for. Quite a nice little narrow gauge. I'm not into it myself, but it was quite a nice little layout. I don't know, it's never been something that's really pushed me buttons, narrow gauge. And anyway, we zipped over from Leyland to Bury to have a couple of hours on the East Lancs Railway. Next to that unit there's a pub on the platform, and I had a rather nice pint of cider. Scottish cider, it was quite nice, because they do all real ales, so it's well worth a visit. And that's looking up the track from, you can see all that from the pub where I was. And it was at one time allocated to long site, So I can almost guarantee I've cab ridden this one to either Chester, Llandudno Junction, or I could have gone over to York in it. I could have gone to a number of destinations in it. Because when my dad worked as a guard on railway, he always shoved me in with the drivers, and if it were a local, it were a huge treat. I'd sit in the second man's seat and have a mooch here and there, so it was fantastic. Anyway, I tried for a nice bit of an artistic shot there. Getting the signals in, the diesel, the carriages just looking nice. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and here's Thomas. I think he's been taking drugs because he's full of bubbles. God knows I used to like this in its proper Manchester Ship Canal livery. It kills me to see it like this, but you've got to cater for young ones to bring them into the hobby and get interest in it. But God, it kills me to see that local like that. Anyway, tatty pie people.